No, it's not the Scoutforlife satellite project. I'm trying to boil water using a space blanket and an oven bag and a bamboo tripod and about 500 feet of duct tape, but it's a bit of an experiment, so stay tuned. Okay, she's been going about an hour. Let's see temperature. Oh God, it's dropping now, but that's well, it's looking like ham cured, about 160. Right there, lid back on. You can probably see here that things weren't going according to plan in the Scoutforlife laboratory. We've got a little bit of damage here, where the stone that I was using as a weight to create the cone shape just chafed through the bottom of the mylar blanket. So lessons learned there. I've got a bit of a duct tape X marks the spot. I should have done that in the first place actually, but it's all lessons learned. It's all highly experimental at the moment. But within about an hour, that was too hot to handle, the pot. Less than an hour. So I'm using my black Imusa pot, and the theory is by using the oven bag I can create the kind of greenhouse effect. So that it's a bit of a breezy day. It's actually quite gusty, it's causing me problems, but even so I seem to be getting through. But the oven bag is there to sort of create the greenhouse effect and stop the breeze cooling the pot and stopping me getting to temperature. I don't know if you can make that out on camera, but we're starting to see some condensation forming in the bottom of the bag. Look at that. That is a good sign. And I can't, I can't keep my hand on the pot. I'm actually doing this in my back garden, and the neighbours are peeking over the wall. They think I'm raving nuts. They think I am building a satellite, I think. You can see it steaming. Just coming up past 150. Seems to be slowing down or stopped there. Stopped. So we got about just perhaps 155. Or about 70 degrees Celsius. In summary then, I think I did show that it's possible to sterilise water using solar power, using basically what most bushcrafters and outdoorsmen are carrying with them anyway. You do need quite a bit of duct tape, about 3 feet of duct tape. Downside, there's no visual indicators that the water is sterilised. So unless you're carrying a thermometer so that you can tell that it's got to 140 or above and that you're sustaining that temperature, it's not that useful. But at the end of the day, it's an emergency use thing. But it is possible. You need a clear sunny day with no wind. The wind gave me no end of trouble. In fact, it ended up ripping the space blanket there. So you must put a duct tape cross in the centre first before you put your rocks there, before you start anything, and that would kind of negate that problem. Because it's really only a kind of one-use thing. You might get more than one out of it, but it's very hard on the mylar blanket. and it needs a bit of space because you need to be able to set up this tripod or quadrupod with poles. But on the good side, as I said, it can be done with anything basically that most of us bushcrafters are carrying around anyway, or that we could make with the tools that we have. It can reach the temperature. I believe it could have gone higher. I think I can get higher than 160 like that in perfect conditions. The conditions that I was encountering while I was doing this particular tryout weren't ideal. It was very gusty, so it was changing the shape of the reflector all the time and wrecking the reflector ultimately. But also it wasn't a 100% sunny day. It was a bit cloudy, a bit sunny. And I know there's going to be folks that are saying, yeah, well that's okay for you in the tropics, but I can't do it where I am. There's a fella in the UK, I'm going to put his channel name up on the screen now because I can't remember it, but hats off to him because he's managed to bake bread using a solar oven that he's constructed right there in UK. Alright, I want to go on to some shout outs to some channels, some of which I've only just sort of got onto, some I've been watching for a while. Top of the list is Nathan 4071. He gives a shout out to a lot of channels in his own inimitable style, usually with a beer of different types there. Spends a lot of time promoting other channels, definitely in the sort of whole spirit of the whole bushcrafters, what Dale Skidmore calls a village. He says he likes to call it a village, and I kind of like that idea, but promoting other channels, very positive. So a shout out to you, thanks a lot for what you do there. And in the same like Bushcraft Hippie, he's churning out videos regularly and frequently, always upbeat, always cheerful, and always promoting other channels. Well worth watching. You know, cheers me up to see him going about his antics there of whatever project he happens to have on for the day. And again, you know, those two are very supportive of other channels, and I think that's what it's all about. One of the things that attracted me to the whole YouTube thing was the fact that everybody seems to be supporting each other, and there's this sort of free flow of information and sharing of knowledge, you know, from different parts of the world. I'm watching channels with such varied environments, from desert to up north in North America, South America. There's Brazilian channels, so you know, at a click of a button you can essentially be in any environment and see how they're coping with that. So that's another reason I really like this whole the YouTube thing. Hike with Mike. He just recently did a barefoot vid. He covers a lot of hikes in his local area, which happens to be, I believe, kind of central or north of central Florida. Nice channel, well worth checking out, so check him out. There's one here with a long title, Bushcraft and Wild Edibles in Wisconsin. I like this guy because, again, I like, just like Ted, he's involving his kids in the bushcrafting and the outdoors pursuits that he's doing. And he's got a young lad, and he's actually promoting a little bit of a series of videos at the moment, where if you know, if you take your kids bushcrafting, you can sort of go to his link and he will include you in a video playlist. So check his channel out. He's got some interesting content. And then hop across the Atlantic again to So Steve. That's the name of his channel. I believe he's based in Belgium. He just did an interesting hike in the Hommel Desert. I'd not heard of that, but another interesting video. Again, a very different environment to what I'm currently doing my bushcrafting little projects in. And he's got some interesting ideas too. He's got different slants on things, so he's well worth checking out. So I'll put a list of those. I do apologise to you, Nathan, for not doing it with quite the style and panache that you usually do, but I couldn't get the beer that I wanted to raise a glass, so I'm going to do it properly. So next time I'll make sure I've got that and I'll do it with a bit more style. Alright, see you on the next one.